Welcome to this presentation titled Drivers of Food Choice Among Overweight Women and Children in Malawi. Malawi has seasonal food insecurity, and it also has a high prevalence of stunting, which is about 37% in children. However, at the same time, overweight is rapidly increasing in mothers and children in Malawi and other sub-Saharan countries. The prevalence for overweight or obesity in Malawi shown here is from the Demographic and Health Survey of 2015-2016. A recently published population-based survey in 2 districts showed a prevalence of 44% among urban women and 27% among rural women aged 18 and above. Malawi recognizes that overweight is a problem. Its recent nutrition strategic plan includes a target to reduce the rate of overweight among children, adolescents, and adults by 5%. However, there is a lack of evidence for developing interventions to achieve this goal and to better understand food choice in households where either the mother, the child, or both are overweight, and also by looking at diet and food choice by urban or rural location and season. In this study, we purposefully enrolled participants in Lilongwe and Kasungu districts in central Malawi across 3 types of mother-child dyads. Overweight mother with overweight child, overweight mother with normal weight child, and normal weight mother with overweight child. Data were collected in the dry and rainy seasons and in both rural and urban areas within each district. Dietary intake in the past week was assessed using a quantitative food frequency questionnaire, and drivers of food choice were assessed with a series of questionnaire modules on socioeconomic status, body size preferences, morbidity, household decision-making, and taste preference. We used multivariable linear regression models to assess dietary intake, which is total energy, percent of energy from carbohydrates, fat, and protein, and also from 11 food groups. The structural and socioeconomic, cognitive, gender, and taste preference predictors tested in the models are shown here. There were few differences in dietary intake across dyads, though mothers and children in dyads with an overweight child had a higher percent of calories from carbohydrates and lower percent of calories from fat compared to dyads with a normal weight child. This was reflected in the food group data, as these mothers also had the highest intake of grains and their children had the lowest intake of oil or fat. This table shows predictors of food group consumption in mothers during the dry season. Green boxes indicate a positive association, and red boxes indicate a negative association. We found that predictors varied by food group. However, there are some clear patterns. Predictors related to socio-economic status, such as number of household assets, household food insecurity, use of transport to get to the market, amount spent on special foods, were associated with consumption of several food groups. Mothers' taste preferences and body size preferences were also important. Here, we show predictors of food group consumption by children in the dry season. For children, age and mother's taste preferences were the most common predictors of food group consumption. For mothers, several socioeconomic variables predicted food group consumption, as did mothers' body size preferences. In summary, We found that socioeconomic factors, body size preferences, and taste preferences were the most common factors influencing food choice among mother-child dyads with an overweight member. These findings align with our qualitative results from this study, which showed that the taste and cost were among the most common drivers of food choice mentioned by mothers. It is notable that type of diet and urban and rural residents were not major drivers of food choice in this study. We recommend that the government of Malawi use these findings to develop food policies or nutrition programs to press on the factors that are positively associated with consumption of healthy food groups and those that are negatively associated with unhealthy food groups. These efforts should be evaluated to assess their effectiveness. This study was funded by the UK government's Department for International Development and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and managed by the University of South Carolina Arnold School of Public Health. Thank you.